ShadowDark. Hey, I've heard a lot about ShadowDark. As in, mentioned often, I should specify. And here is the player quick start guide. This is for free, just Google that. So let's see if there's anything to get excited about here. Now, similar to Ken, I notice it's all printed in black and white. Nice and cheap. And I think the vibe of this is similar as well. It's boiled down Dungeons and Dragons. We have the basic gear list. Something we're very familiar with. I don't know if the costs are different, but you're limited to the amount of things you can carry, which is good. You have slots that you attribute the gear towards. Difficulty classes slightly different to 5e. I mean, the 5 feet, the 30 feet, it's all things we recognise, but just given different names. Close, near and far. Climbing, falling, you know, swim speed. Now morale, enemies who are reduced to half their number roll a wisdom check to see if they flee. Sure. Large groups, you roll for the leader. This is just the quick start guide, and there's a player one and a GM one. So, the basics. We have the D&D dice, advantage, disadvantage as per normal. Strength, dex, con, int, wisdom and charisma. I mean, it's a D20 system, and straight away we're like, yeah, I know how to do that. The throwback art gives it a very early D&D edition vibe. Characters, name, ancestry, class, background, nothing that jumps out as different other than the game pushes itself as being very rules light. The background list here is very boiled down. The modifier list looks the same. Look how simplified the descriptions of a dwarf is. Start with 2 extra hit points and that's about it. Fighters, so yeah, it goes through the different types of character, priests, or paladin, you know. Gameplay. Yep, we know all about this. Look, tokens. You basically get an inspiration token. You can cash it in to do a reroll. Oh, it is an inspiration. At the beginning of the turn, you roll initiative and take it in turns. There's a free-form mode of combat where players can sort of designate that they go first because they know what they're doing, leaving other players to go, okay, I'll have a go in a minute. You rest as kind of normal. Check for interruptions. Sleep around a campfire. Actions. So combat initiative, melee attacks, use melee weapons, roll a d20, add your strength and your talent, any bonuses basically, and equal to the AC. And this is where I kind of zone out because it's Dungeons and Dragons. That's all it is. And obviously, I love Dungeons and Dragons, but I already have Dungeons and Dragons. Now, okay, these explanations are much more boiled down, but if this is like baby's first D&D, then eventually you want to just play D&D, don't you? If you play ShadowDark instead of D&D, please let me know what you enjoy so much about it. Maybe it's just because it's stripped down. I don't know. But my view is you might as well just play D&D.